and welcome back to the Science of Sailing program at Piers Park Sailing Center. This video is for Level 2 students practicing sailing skills. Today we'll be learning how to reef and how to go into Heave-to. On the harbor, the wind can get so strong that it's hard to control the boat. On days where the wind is going 20 miles per hour, it's a good idea to reef your mainsail. All reefing is making your mainsail shorter so that there's less surface area to catch wind. If you already know that the day is going to be windy, you can reef on the dock following these steps. Make sure your boat has a reefing line to begin with. It's located at either end of the boom. Uncleat the reefing line and feed it through the reefing cringle on the leech of the sail. Use it to tie a bowline around the boom right below the cringle. Pull on the reefing line near the mast so that the sail is pulled tight near the boom, and tie a stopper knot to prevent it from coming loose. Use the reefing hook to secure the other reefing cringle near the mast. While facing into the wind, raise your mainsail up. You'll notice now that it can't be pulled up all the way. Lastly, roll the excess mainsail and tie square knots over it with the small pieces of line attached to the mainsail. But sometimes it doesn't get windy until you're already on the water, so you'll have to reef underway. To do this, you'll need to slow your boat first by going into Heave-to. Heave-to is a way of slowing down a boat without the need for anyone to steer, and this is especially useful if you're sailing by yourself. To go into Heave-to, follow these steps. As always, check your surroundings to make sure you're not in the way of any other boats. Steer close-hauled and pull in your jib tight. Head up and tack, except don't switch the jib. It'll look like the jib is on the wrong side, but we actually want it that way. It's called backwinding the jib. Let your main sheets out while continuing to push the tiller towards the boom. Secure your tiller here on the leeward side with the bungees or the backstay. Your boat should slow down, and you'll notice swirls of water behind the stern if you're doing it correctly. The reason that Heave-to works is because your tiller is trying to head up into the wind, but the jib is preventing that by catching wind while it's backwinded, which pulls the boat away from the wind. These two forces basically cancel each other out. It's like the boat can't decide where to go. Now that you're in Heave-to, it's time to reef underway. It's the same procedure as reefing on the dock, except that your mainsail is already raised. Start by lowering the mainsail to the level of the reefing cringles. Again, put the reefing hook through the cringle at the luff of the sail, and bring the reefing line through the cringle at the leech of the sail. Tie a bowline on the boom and pull the reefing line tight, ending it with a stopper knot. Lastly, roll the mainsail and tie square knots just like before. Now just raise the mainsail and you're good to go. You can switch the jib and bear off to get out of Heave-to. Now you're all prepared to sail in high wind. We'll see you next time.